what if the whole technology thing is basically another level of that lesson? And we as humanity need, I don't like that real, but like karmically, we have to go through this in order to escape it and to learn the lesson that karma brings to us.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Take control of your life. Break the chains and rise. No more feeling powerless. No more shame. Take your power. Break out of the pain. Because it's more than fornication. More than procreation. It's not just self-stimulation. Sex energy is for creation and transformation into a new destination.
This is Porn Talk.
Porn Talk. Yeah. Change your heart from dark to light. Porn Talk. Yeah. Break free. Take back your power and rise. I said take back your power. I said take back your power. Take back your power and rise.
This is Porn Talk.
Welcome to Porn Talk. This is Powerful Eric. This show is not just about breaking addictions. It's about breaking belief systems. We are bound by self-imposed and societal chains. Break those rusty, heavy old chains and get empowered right now. And I'm here with the master, the metaphysical master himself, Sir William.
Thank you, sir. Good to be
And
here.
William, what is special about today? So it has the number 6. It's season 6. He's looking at me like I'm have a third eye. This is season 6 of Porn Talk. Yes, we've made it this far. I know
And every year we say the same thing, like it's, oh my gosh, you've been doing this long?
Yep.
Yeah,
This is six
very impressive.
years. And today's topic is artificial intelligence again. But our segue to that is a phone call that I just got a few minutes ago.
Literally a few minutes ago. Yes.
And
Perfect timing.
my son, who is in the 3rd grade. This is the 3rd grade. Like 3rd grade. He got called to the principal's office because in the iPads that they distribute at the school that they give them, my son does not have an iPad. And the ones that they gave him at school, apparently it's unfiltered because,
or at least the filter's not good enough.
He put in the search term fat mamas. And can you imagine what would come up with that search term?
Not just the Queen song.
Oh my God. So he actually came across this innocently, I understand, from my wife. He wasn't looking for anything like that. But this is how it happens, accidentally. So he goes, of course, then he shows his friends. And then teacher finds, called the office, the whole deal. Actually, after this recording, I'm going to go to the school. It's like 3rd grade. Yeah. William, what do you think? Like, this is just stupid. It's just dumb.
If I understand you correctly, what's dumb is the whole system and how easy it is to access it.
Well, the school,
that part too. It's their technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they gave him the iPad in really there's no filter. Like I have here at the house, it's filtered at the router level. So even if you put it in, you couldn't. So, I'm shocked that they gotta. I don't know. Maybe it was something that got around their filter. They've got to have a filter. But
I'm sure.
But like these are new problems in the modern age, you know, that your son's in the 3rd grade at school and pulls up fat mama's pictures. It's just totally effed up. It really pisses me off, you know? And yeah, just got this effing call. And so my son, we started this years ago. If you've listened to this podcast, you've heard this many times. There's a book called Good Pictures, Bad Pictures. It's for kids, and it shows them what to do when they come across that. But now that I think of it, well, I don't know. I don't have the details yet. I don't think it was actual porn, but it was like risky, very borderline from what I understand. And so, but the thing in the book that it teaches, like when you see porn, to turn away and to go tell an adult. But I don't know, like in his defense, it's been a while. It's actually been a long time since I've got that book out. Apparently I need to get it out again. There's also a teenage version of the book called Good Pictures, Bad Pictures Junior. So definitely gonna be getting those books out again, and gonna talk to school and what the hell is going on. And so I'm pissed off. I'm angry. And like, should I have to go to the school to your son put in the search term fat mamas in the search engine? You hear what I'm saying? Like, it's insanity. It's complete freaking insanity.
It's insanity, I say. Oh my God. What am I going to do? That's crazy. I don't know what to do.
William, help me with.
Help me.
So, anyway, William, what do you think about that situation at the school? Like this is the 3rd grade. He's 8.
One consideration is, as you said, what he accessed. And okay, how about this? If I were you, my focus would be on that he searched it at all. You know, why did you search this term? What were you looking for? Exactly.
I can tell you this.
You weren't looking for how to help women with obesity.
He's really into farts.
Well, he's like 9 years old, right?
8.
8, yeah. So
he's really into farts. Yeah, he's really into farts. So God only knows what would come up with you to put in a search like that. But this is our segue to our topic for today, which is got one for that too.
Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence and porn.
I am a
Cylon from the Storm show Battlestar Galactica. Do you remember that show? I am a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica. I am the artificial intelligence that will come suck your brain out of your head. Because what use do you have for it when you can rely on my intelligence?
You're acting really crazy today. That's all I have to say.
yeah, it's all me.
Oh. No, but that is the subject. And oh boy, do I have some stuff for you today. Because last year when we did the season opener for season 5, GPT was brand new. And I was like, oh, you put it in, it will tell you a story and all this stuff. Here's the latest on artificial intelligence and porn. So in that short time, actually less than a year, here's the developments that came along with porn. So now you have all your pictures of your family on your Facebook page, right? Show everyone so you can impress all your friends and show them how lovely and wonderful your life is. And so they can all envy you. And gosh, oh, I wish I could be like Eric. Look, he's got the family and he's got the kids. He must have it all going on. So I put up those pictures so people go, oh, he's so wonderful. And so when you put up those pictures of all your family and your kids, you know what pornographers can do now? They can take your picture off your Facebook page, take that image of your kid or you, yes, you that's watching this right now. You can take that image and download it in this software and put your face on any porn they want. So it will look like you are doing the thing, and it looks like you. It's going to look just like you. It looks just like you or your kids or whoever. And wait, it gets better. You can clone the person's voice, and it sound just like you, just like them. So if you posted some video or of course with audio with your family, and maybe one of your kids says something on the video, they can take that few seconds of audio, clone the voice, take the face, clone the face, and then what they do is they take existing porn, and then it will perfectly seamlessly put the face on whoever. And and this is available today, right now. And then William was saying this has been around for a while, but like if you want to pretend to have a girlfriend, there's apps that now, these artificial intelligence apps, it'll create the image of this person, and you can have a sexual conversation with this person that does not exist. Like there's nobody there. So that's where we're at right now, William. Custom porn.
Yep.
And I think how challenging it is for me as an adult. And like my son today at school, I think innocently, although fat mom is, it wasn't a nice thing to search for, but like I said, one of his favorite things is farts right now. So, that's why I want to do. That's why I do this show, or one of the reasons why is because it's like, man, like the things that these kids are coming into now are so dramatically more powerful than what we grew up with. What do you think?
I think you're right. I think it's pretty much not even debatable.
Yeah.
And unless there's something I don't know about, you can't stop it.
That's right.
The cat's way out of the bag. So
the genie is out.
Yep,
the cat is out. It ain't going back in ever, ever, ever again.
And if you remember, like in our youth in the 80s, there was movies
that was a long time ago for you, by the way.
Yeah. What was that movie with Harrison Ford?
There's a lot of
where he hunts the replicas, where he has to go to the people and test them to see if they're real or if they're robots. That's coming. And there's been many other, whether comedy or science fiction or whatever, where a person can have sex with a robot, basically.
Stepford Wives. There's a book movie called this. I believe it's called The Stepford Wives. And this guy goes in this town. He's like, man, all the women are so beautiful, and they're so polite and kind, and they're all androids.
Whoa, yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. It's It's coming.
Yeah, and we talked about this in the opener last year too. That the movie Brainstorm. It's where you put this device on your head. It records your thoughts, feelings, emotions, everything, and then you can put that headset on someone else's head and play it back. And in the movie, the main character, Christopher Walken, plays someone did record sex, of course, and it was this whole big thing. So, yeah, I don't envy these kids growing up. They've got huge hurdles to overcome. Now, on the other hand, artificial intelligence is going to have some amazing positive repercussions as well. And I use artificial intelligence now, ChatGPT, all the time for various things. It's super helpful. So it's just like nuclear bombs, or nuclear energy. You can blow up a city with it, or you can
Power a city with it.
Power a city with it. Exactly.
On a parallel note, you've been in this business helping people for...
I think I started in 2014. I could be wrong.
So almost 10 years. What have you learned about how people change their thinking? And I'm gonna wrap this together.
How people change their thinking?
Yes.
Well,
I take to change your literal thinking.
Well, that's what I do. Like that's
Right.
the whole course.
Right.
I mean, that's it, because it can be really challenging if you're having an addiction to change your thinking.
Can you give an analogy? Like, is it learning how to play an instrument where you just repeat the same thing over and over and over until your brain remembers where to put your fingers, or shoot free throws?
Well, the way I do it, as opposed to most recovery programs, do not do it this way. That's why I went and created my own.
Right.
Is identity change. So hence Powerful Eric. Instead of doing a slow progress to change, it's like, I am no longer freaking powerless Eric. That I said, I go to the 12-step meeting. Hi, my name is Eric, and I am addicted to porn. I'm a sex and porn addict, and
I think that's important, because I think what you're telling us is the voice in your head. You see yourself as a victim. The voice is weak. So your own personal transformation, you're sharing with other people. All right, now take that idea of how to change your thinking and lay up next to it. You can't force a paradigm on somebody. I was just studying this recently, and they were talking about religion in this particular case. When you're like in St. Louis, born into a Catholic family, raised Catholic, and what does it take to change that thinking? You can't force a paradigm on someone. It has to be from within. Another similar idea is in China, they built this utopia. That's what that was the original idea of this article and this interview, was utopia. And how come it doesn't work? Is because you can create the most perfect conditions, and it doesn't work because people bring their crap with them, mental, emotional crap with them. And so knowing you can't force a way of thinking on someone, if you can accept that basic premise, you can't force a way of thinking, a paradigm on someone. Could you identify how it happens within a person? Like, for you had your own personal experience. I've had my own personal experiences that changed my paradigm. An easy example is, and I've said this story many, many times. Well, okay, that's a good point too. Like, I identify one of the big turning points. I read a book called The Tao of Pooh, where the author describes Taoism using Winnie the Pooh characters.
Oh, I was thinking of poop. I'm like,
right, no.
The Tao of Pooh.
No. Winnie the Pooh. Silly. So, but to understand my experience reading that book, you'd really have to understand what I was like right before I read it. You know, it's like I was ripe. I wanted that change. So that leads me back to one thing you're experiencing, basic sales mentality. You know how they talk about your pain in sales? Like, how can I cure your pain? Oh, I can provide you this service or this thing that makes slicing vegetables easier. And when you whatever the everyday thing is. So I guess in your business, people come to you, they're already in pain, right?
Tremendous. Pain.
Tremendous.
I'm like their last resort. They've been to the 12-step programs. They've been to the therapist. They're oftentimes they're about to get separated or about to get divorced. And they're like, this is like the last ditch. Like,
that's because the wife has said, look, this has to change. I'm out of here.
Precisely.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't have a long time to work with them. I mean, like, they're literally like living in the apartment. Like, my wife just kicked me out. I'm in the apartment. I got a short. And so that's, they go through the 12-week program, and like, how can you do dramatic things in 12 weeks? Because we go to the root, and like I said, instead of being powerless, he's addicted to the porn. That no, you just shatter that whole mentality of going to the 12-step meeting and saying, I'm a sexaholic. It's been 5 days since I've had my last slip. And so they identify with it, and so we just shatter that. It's like, yeah, you have a problem, but that doesn't mean you have to be the problem, and change the identity. And there's all kinds of things we do, cool, awesome, fun things that we do that can make rapid transformation happen. So getting back to the artificial intelligence. So what would be the solution for, like, this is going to get more powerful. It's going to eventually just go straight into your brain. We know that. Elon Musk's already got Neuralink. So what do we do? Like, there'll be people that will go into that world and never come out. The metaverse will be a whole new different thing than what people like. You'll be able to literally, like, when it's connected into your brain, like, it will seem like you are a part of this world. This will be like the freaking Matrix, like literally like the Matrix.
That's just what I was thinking of. Okay. Some of us into metaphysics and stuff like that accept the basic premise that this life is temporary and part of a bigger thing, at the very least, right? The very, very foundation. So in my view, we enter a physical lifetime to have experiences.
Yes.
And we get entrapped in the experience. This is also the basic tenet of Buddhism, Taoism, Hinduism. Okay. So you get entrapped in the experience, you get engrossed and then entrapped, and you keep coming back until you break out. What if the whole technology thing is basically another level of that lesson? And we as humanity need, I don't like that real, but like karmically, we have to go through this in order to escape it and to learn the lesson that karma brings to us.
Whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. And
this is why I like talking to this guy. It brings that out of me.
Well, William knows this more than anyone. I can definitively say for a fact that I know that this flesh form that we are in right now, this is just our meat suit. Like, I know that for a fact because of that's how we met. Because I went through this, I had this paranormal experience, and it was insane. So I learned through that that there is definitely another side. Like some people say they believe there's another side and they pray that there's another side. And I'm not saying this out of ego. I'm just saying, I know definitively for a fact, there is another side. Like no question, there is fact. So yes, it's like we are in this seemingly this virtual reality that our souls are in these meat suits, these temporary meat suits that we will drop and then go back to that other bigger reality, that bigger consciousness. And I like what you're saying, like with the metaverse and artificial intelligence, like we'll have the opportunity in our physical forms to go into that metaverse. And so there's all kinds of lessons to be learned there. And I don't know what those are, but
was it? I can't remember if we talked about this on Porn Talk, but in a similar vein, with the seemingly inevitable global warming, climate change, and that we are literally killing the earth slowly. So Earth may not be around much longer that's livable for human beings. What if robots like cyber technology is the next step of evolution and humans become like cyborgs?
Yeah, well, the robots are really close. Like Tesla just released their latest version. Not released it, but showed their latest version of the Tesla bot. And man, it moves really smooth. It was showing its fingers, like how I'm doing this now. It does it like that. And it was picking up an egg and all this. And then they drop in that artificial intelligence and bam, you have yourself like a human being. And then, but you're talking a step further as a cyborg. And you could say, remember, well, I'm dating myself here, but the $6 million man.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Austin. That was one of my all-time favorite shows as a kid.
Here. Love that show.
They were going to do a remake of it with Chris Wahlberg. It was going to be called The $1 Billion Man a couple of years ago, but I don't know if the funding fell through. Something stopped it from happening. That would be so cool. They could do so many great things. But you could say Steve Austin really was a cyborg because he had the eye, the electronic eye.
And it was one arm and two legs or something.
Arm and the legs. And then his girlfriend, Lindsay Wagner, which, I had a big
childhood crush. Yeah.
I had a big crush on the bionic woman, Lindsay Wagner. And anyway, yeah, he was a cyborg. But, you add the artificial intelligence stuff into it and connecting to the brain, and it gets all weird. And it's just, and they're talking about that soon, like this will be smarter than humans.
Oh, yeah.
Like no question.
Just a matter of when.
Yeah. And one of the founders of AI said that he believes right now that it definitely can think. They say that it just predicts the next word, and his exact words were bullshit. I mean, yes, it does do that, but like you ask it things and it forms.
It has a coherent idea.
Yes, it forms coherent ideas. It's not just predicting the next word. Is what this founder of AI guy says, and he says he does believe, like people think that ChatGPT is conscious. He says, I don't believe it's conscious yet, but he said there will be a time that it will get to a point where it will be conscious. I was like, yeah. So what's that mean for porn, sex, addiction? I don't know.
It's going to be easier and easier to get engrossed and entrapped in it.
Yeah. Well, you get in a metaverse with it. I tell you, I'm just being honest. Like that world, like thrown into that, like, where it connects into your brain actually, and you're in that world and you can, I don't know if I'd be able to come out. And if I would come out, I'd be like, I got to do what I do, go to the bathroom, and I'm going right back in. It's just like the freaking Matrix, man. It's the freaking Matrix.
And remember, I'll call it the speech that Morpheus gives to Neo. Not everybody's ready. Not everybody wants a red pill. And in my business, in my life, what I do professionally, plus being a leader of Circle of Light, I encounter a lot of people who are passionate. I'm thinking of one person in particular I just met about a week ago, super passionate and worked up about sharing what she's learning with the world. And I'm just like, okay. Be ready for lots and lots and lots of rejection. Be ready for lots of criticism. People tell you you're stupid, crazy, imaginative at best.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I'm not trying to poo-poo that. I'm not trying to say, I mean, if you're passionate, I believe people should live their passions. I think that's what life is all about. I mean, yes, live your passion. If you're passionate about something, do it. If you have, for instance, like Eric, a breakthrough in your own personal development and you find a way, here's the technology, we're sitting surrounded by technology, a way to do it, absolutely, yes, do it. Because that not just makes you happy, it fulfills you. Would you use that word?
Oh, yeah.
It's fulfilling. That's how it is for my spiritual life. I can't imagine not doing it. But my point is that along with that comes a lot of criticism, rejection. People tell you you're crazy, this, that, and the other. So the mistake people make is to try to force it. You can't force a paradigm on someone.
Yeah.
You can't make them think that way.
And just like, and that's why with this program, like there was a controversial figure, I'm not going to say who she is, that I had on the podcast last year. And I was debating whether to have her on or not. And I had her on, and basically she created like kind of like women's porn, I guess you could kind of say, with non-sex trafficked people. It was like, you could say like wholesome organic porn, like I guess you could say. And because I'm not trying to force my view on people, but obviously the people that are coming to this program are having some challenges with porn. It clearly causes a lot of challenges. I know, I speak to them every day of people that are getting divorced over it, or about to get divorced over it. So I kind of lost my track of thought on that, but
you brought this woman on the show.
Yeah.
Talking about this controversial subject.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, I try to not just say, porn is the devil, like, but I meant to say this on the 100th episode, I was wearing an orange jersey. And I forgot to say that was not the football team with the orange and blue. I forget, but that was the Water Boy. Yes. That was the Water Boys jersey from the Mud Dogs, from the old, and Bobby Boucher. And Bobby Boucher's mama would always tell him, Bobby, foosball is the devil.
That's right. Foosball.
And so I'm not here to say, that porn is the devil. I'm just saying it negatively affects a lot, like millions of people.
Thanks for listening. If you're struggling with porn or sex addiction, reach out to Eric at powerfuleric.com.